I ran TBC Dungeon, the Botanica 100 times in order to see how much gold I could make from this place and what items I could possibly get. So I'm going to show you guys the route and how I did it. And then, of course, I'm going to show you guys what I got from my 100 runs. Let's go. Yo, what's up, guys? And welcome back for another video. It's another Saturday. It's another dungeon walkthrough, of course. As you heard, I'm doing the Botanica today. And as you can see, I'm right outside it right here. And as all of the other videos, I'm going to show you guys where you can find this place before we actually go into the run. But it's pretty simple. It's in Outland. It's up here in the Netherstorm. It's not even called it's just called Netherstorm. And it's out here with these 4 dungeons, or 3 dungeons and 1 raid. And then it's all the way at the top. You can see the other ones are there. And there's one up there as well. So let's just jump into it and let's see. I'll show you the route, of course, first. And then I'm showing you guys how much loot and how much value I got from these pieces that I've capped and what I've capped and all those good stuff. I'm just going to take my bear to tar here because this is a fairly long dungeon. I don't think you need a speed set, but we can put on our timer and see how fast I actually do it. I do have a speed set on this character here, of course, together with being a druid, so I'm moving quite fast. You can see it down here. Without even using any speed buffs, I'm running 216%. But it's a fairly long dungeon, so you might have to either be on a really speedy character like a druid or have a speed set. You don't necessarily have to be a druid for this one, because at the very end you can just run out. There's like an exit. Oh, that's just right there, as you can see behind the last boss. So you don't really need a druid for the dream walk. You can do it with any class, basically, as long as you can finish the run within 6 minutes, which is always what you want to aim for, because you can do 10 runs an hour, and that will give you a good estimated value on your runs. In order, yeah, I mean, you could do it, but you could spend more than an hour if you don't mind, but also just to make it more efficient, to do it faster. The better you can do it, the better it is, obviously. But yeah, in this place, as some of the other TBC dungeons that I've done already, you are looking for the open world drops, the epic open world drops, the BUEs, and also the plans and patterns, epic plans and patterns, because those are the ones that are going to be worth the most. But also, in some of the other TBC dungeons, you've noticed that there are materials involved, like mining, and you can get primals and stuff. You can't do that here. You can't. You don't get. There's no minings in here. There's no primals in here. There's some flowers at the very end, like mobs that I think you get some flowers for. I haven't really kept them because you don't get that much, so it's not really anything that's worth mentioning. You can see, yeah, so it's all about the items in here. There is one item, there's a few items actually, that you are gonna get, which is required for some reputation crest, just like in Mana Tombs. But for this particular dungeon and this particular item that you are gonna get for these quests, it doesn't really sell for that much. So generally speaking, this dungeon is all about the items, which is all right. I mean, there's a lot of the dungeons in TBC that is all about the items and don't have materials in them. I think it's like half that doesn't have materials in them. So it's not a problem. It's just keep that in mind. Like, if you are only do it for the gold per hour, then this probably won't be the best. But that was the run, as you can see, all the way through. It took me about, only 3 minutes, so you don't really need a speed set. Even if you didn't have a speed set, you would probably still make it in time. I actually thought it was longer, but nonetheless, 3 minutes, which is a fairly quick dungeon, actually. But yeah, I'm speedy. Nonetheless, I'm outside. As you saw, I just ran outside, really easy, nothing much to it. I'm gonna mount up, I'm gonna sell, and then I'm gonna show you guys what items I've kept, and then I'm gonna show you the value of it. Because as you can see, there's no materials, but at the very bottom there are these rings here, or rings lookalikes at least, These can be used for the quest and also these. So for the Arcane Tome, there is 8,000, which is pretty decent. But these ones here, they only 1 gold a piece. I do have 3,500, so there is like 3,500 gold in them. So about 10,000 on these, which is, I don't know. You can keep the Arcane Tome, I guess, but I don't know about these. Some servers, they are a lot higher, so they might be worth it on your server. But on my server, they only 1 gold a piece. I'm gonna try and sell them, but it's not that it's not a huge amount of gold you get from it. There's also these. I'm just keeping these. The Primal Nether. You can't see the name, Primal Nether. But I keep them for my own crafting because I do crafting transmogs as well, and you will need these for some of them. So instead of selling them for only 40 gold or 43 gold, I'm just gonna keep them and I'm use them myself. But this is basically everything that I've kept. The greens are not the best, and the blues not the best. But the shop, I've already noticed that I have something down here which is really good. But let's just go through them. I'll start with the recipes up here. We got a enchant here, a parry, which is 18,000, pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good. We got a outland engineering. It's a rifle. You can't even see it, but it says 5k, so that's pretty decent. And then we got this one, a shield crafting. Shield crafting basically or generally don't do that well. This one is apparently 26,000. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna see if it sells. But generally speaking, shield crafting in previous expansion, apart from the latest one, doesn't really do that well. Obviously because nobody is playing those expansions, and especially not now with the classic TBC out as well. Nobody would like twink in retail for TBC. But yeah, 26. I'm gonna try it. We'll see how well if it sells. This chest here is just a golden showing belly chest. I'm only keeping it because of the sell rate. It's not the good. It's not really a decent price or anything. 200 gold, but it's 0.03, so I'm expecting it to sell pretty fast. The same with these boots. Not the highest the value, but again, good sell rate, so I'm expecting it to go fast. Then we have a bow here, a crossbow actually. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna keep this. I might have just vendored off, but it's 1,000 gold. No sell rate. There's none on the auction house. I could even post it for like 5k. See if it sells, because I'm the only one who's gonna have it on the auction house. So I might just do that. If they don't sell, I'm gonna vendor them. But yeah, we got a pull them here. Yeah, a pull them here. 2,000 gold a piece. I got 5 of them, which is 10k, which is decent. We got another staff here, or not another. Well, we got staff here as well, but a staff here, 4k. It's a little bit higher than market value, so it's probably going to drop a little bit. But 4k as of right now, which is decent. Got 5, if you can't see. Got 5 of them. I have another staff here. Much more interesting stuff, I'd say. But this is only 1k. The same with this, and like it's the same with the crossbow. I'm gonna try and sell them. If they don't sell, I'm gonna vendor them because profit on them, like the profit, the value on them is not that big. But 1,000 gold for these, so that's all right, I guess. Then I have some greens over here. This one, again, pretty decent sell rate, 0.02, only 500 gold. I'm just gonna try. If it doesn't sell, I'm gonna yeet it out. We got a crossbow here, which is a bit more interesting because it's apparently on my server right now is 21,000 gold, which is a good price for a transmog. If it isn't that if it's that valuable, sorry, it's usually pretty decent transmog. However, this could be fake value. I don't know, but we're gonna try. We got a bow here. Oh, this is actually just dropped tremendously because this was actually before I recorded. This was actually a lot higher. That's pretty sad. Okay. I might not actually have kept this. But now that it is here and I'm actually in the recording. Yeah, this was a lot higher. This was a lot higher. I'm not gonna lie. But okay, 1,000 gold for this bow apparently. We're gonna see. Then we can move on to the blues. We move on to the blues. We got this one here, the Oak Keeper, which is 2,500 right now on my server, but it's a 0.04 sell rate. So even if it drops a little bit, I'm gonna stick it on the auction house because it's probably gonna sell pretty fast. We got this one here, which is pretty cool looking. 0.04 sell rate again, a really high sell rate. So, and 2,000 gold, decent. Got 3. Actually, I got 4, but I think I got 1 in another dungeon. So I got 4 in total, but I got 3 from this dungeon. So that's pretty decent. We got a bad chest here, but 0.02 sell rate. So all right, hopefully it sells really fast. So yeah, all these items here with low value, the chest, the weapons and stuff, with the high sell rate, that's why I'm keeping them, because the value on them is not that great. But I'm keeping them because of the sell rate, so I'm hoping they fly off the auction house pretty fast. And if you sell 5 chests for 200 gold, it's still 1,000 gold, so it still counts, right? Onto the apex, which is going to be the more interesting ones. We got this one here, not that interesting, pretty cool, but I think you can get similar transmog from one of the raids, which is probably easier. So only 1,300 gold for this one, but still an epic, so I kept it. But then we got a piece which probably is fake value because it's pretty insane, and that's why I'm leaving it not for last, but for the second last. This one right here, apparently on my server it goes for 3 million gold, which is absolutely insane, and market value on it is 1.7. There's a lot of items on my server that has this problem, because you can see region sales average, it's a lot lower. Region market value average is like 30,000, which is probably a much better price for it, like around 30,000. But on my server, some people just post something on the auction house for like a couple of millions, and then everyone is just undercutting instead of undercutting with a lot. And then the TSM add-on like show like updates, and it's still on there, and then it says like, oh, this piece is posted for 3 million. The market value is now 1.7 because that's what people are posting it for, right? So this is probably one of the items, as I said, is gonna be fake value, but we're gonna try anyways. I don't expect this to sell. I have a lot of pieces on the auction house, which is absolutely like huge prices, but it's just never gonna sell, and it's fake value. I have tried to put some of them down, but because of most settings for TSM is like posted to like it's set so that it posts for market value, and if the market value is 1.7, it's gonna take me a while before I can actually drag the prices down. But I have been trying with some of the other pieces. Not been successful though, but 3 million, can I complain? Probably not, but it's not gonna sell for that price anyways. But we're gonna try. And then to one of the pieces, or one of the more interesting pieces, the most interesting piece as well, which is why you want to do TBC dungeons, generally speaking, right? Because you can still get the open world drops, the BOE open world drops, which is this is an open world drop as well, but it's the plan. It's a blacksmithing plan, which goes for 210,000 gold. I don't think I have this one, so I'm gonna learn this one. I'm gonna sell it. I don't think the crafted piece from this recipe is selling for as much, so I will have to sell a bunch of them before I can actually start making profit, if that makes sense. But yeah, these recipes are, they're super rare, so that's why they're going for a lot of gold. But if you learn them and you craft them, then you can make a lot of profit going forward, right? But these are the ones that you want to try and get, basically, with running the TBC dungeons, and hopefully I'm going to get a few of them with running all of them 100 times. But I got one here, which is the first so far, which is pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with that, and 210k, not a bad price. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I could have gotten, like, I think it's called the singing crystal axe, which is really rare and super expensive. You can get that from the Botanica, which I would have loved, because that is really cool. But yeah, that was it. That was all my loot. And I do also, as you know, have a macro that shows me if I sold it right now, how much it would make. I'm gonna press that, and it's gonna put it at almost 2 million gold. But it is all because of this piece. I could probably imagine like 1.9. Yeah, almost 2 million gold I've made. Not true, of course. It's probably more closer to like 300,000 if you take away these legs here. But oh well, makes a good thumbnail, I guess. But yeah, that was it. About 300,000 to be realistic for this dungeon, and it's all due to obviously this recipe. If you only had the other ones, it would have been like 100k gold, which wouldn't have been that good. But this recipe saves a little bit. But yeah, that was it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one, and also see how fast all these items sell, because I do make videos about that as well every Wednesday, if you were wondering. And comment if you have any questions about what I do about this dungeon, what you need, and also go over to twitch.tv and follow me over there, because I do live stream these runs and these farms. I've streamed 4 times a week right now, give or take. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you over there as well as on here on YouTube. So until next time, I guess. Take care.